I asked you guys to leave me some questions. I thought that instead of just babbling along, I could take this chance to get to know some of you guys better, for you to get to know me better. We're almost at 5,500, almost 500 away from 6,000, which is crazy. At the beginning of this year, I swear I don't even think I had 5,000. And oh my god, once I start talking about how long I was stuck and I only kept losing subs for 3 or 4 years, just don't even get me started. I am happy. Okay, I'm happy. I'm grateful. We're growing, glowing. Sounds like we're pregnant. Are we, guys? Are we pregnant? I don't think so, unless I somehow impregnated myself when I was sleeping last night. I laid in bed like, I'm pretty sure that it wasn't me that got impregnated last night. But if any of you guys did, feel free to share in the comment section below. I asked you guys to leave me some questions. I didn't expect to get a bajillion, zillion, trillion comments, but I got 2 comments, which I'm very happy, very appreciative of. And one is from Irina Pinero, and I'll have a screenshot in the screen popping up any second now. And she says, hello, I'm from Chile in Latin America. I'm a veterinary technician since I feel big passion for animal health. Go girl. I've been playing Sims since I was 10 years old, so it's a nostalgic game for me. It's great to see that there are people who still enjoy old games. I would love to know how you met the Sims. I met them thanks to a magazine that a friend gave me. It interested me so much that I begged my parents to get it. A couple days later, they gave me the Sims 2 pets from PlayStation 2. I was gonna say something like, I was here from the start, but that's actually not true. I can't really remember what it was like living back in those days, but it just seems so far away. Oh my god. I could just imagine you reading. Oh my god. So how I met The Sims. I had The Sims 1, but I don't remember if I had it before The Sims 2 or after, but it doesn't, I guess, really matter. I remember playing The Sims 1, so it could be, because of that. But I remember that my mom one day came home from, my mom came home from school. Yeah, that makes sense. I did the dishes, my mom came home from school. I raised the kids, my mom came home from school. I came home from school, or I would sit in my room and I was on the computer, and my mom, I think either she bought it for me, she randomly saw it, she thought it was something for me. I don't really remember. I was, maybe like 7 or 8. She gave me a Sims game, a Sims 2 game, or Sims 1. I don't exactly remember. And that is my first experience with it. I installed it. I don't really remember much from that time, but I do know that once I liked it, every time a pack would come out, a new version would come out, without asking, she would just buy it for me, and she would keep purchasing them until I guess there were no more. And then Sims 3 came out and my mom started buying those as well. And I think it was around the time that I went to high school and The Sims 3 was out for a while, then my mom kind of stopped buying them for me. But before that, my memories of my childhood are pretty much, or at least my Sims 2 memories from my childhood are always my mom buying them and then bringing them to me as gifts. I don't think I asked for them, and if I did, I'm sorry for making you finance my freaking Sims 2 addiction. I think she got me into that, so it's pretty cool. I remember every time one came out, I would be so excited, and you get the little pamphlets or the books in the I guess the container, the case, and I would just read it and be like, oh my god, that's coming out, whoa. Oh my god, those were the most exciting waiting days, the most exciting days of my childhood. Oh my god, I wish I could have the same, but I don't anymore. Our second question is from Sama Loves Llamas, and she says, or she says, I have a question. What do you think about The Sims 4? Also, your voice is so pretty. Thank you so much. I don't mind it anymore. Oh my god, just a fun fact, when I first did Let's Plays, I listened to my voice and I had an identity crisis for weeks because I could not imagine people listening to my voice at all. Oh my god, do I really sound like this? I sound horrendous. How could people stand me? How could people stand me? How could anyone stand listening to this voice? I made videos for many years, so now I'm kind of used to it. Then sometimes I'll throw in some Dutch and I'll listen back to my own recording and I'm like, do I sound like this in Dutch? Oh my god. You would not think it's that different, but in my ears, I'm like, English? I'm used to it. Dutch? Oh my god. I should be illegal for me to speak. Anyway, on to the question, what I think about The Sims 4. This is a bit of a long story, so I'm gonna try and kind of compress it. But Sims 4, alright, you guys, Sims 4 on its own is a fine game. As a simulating game, it is a fine game. As a follow-up to The Sims 3, Sims 2, Sims 1, it's a bit lacking. I don't like that there's no open world feature. The game is very laggy. Certain tasks take literally forever. Your Sims will eat a sandwich for 4 hours. Your Sim will take 3 hours to walk to a location. And yeah, the loading is fast, but I want my Sim to go over to a cafe and sit down. But no, my Sim will talk for an hour, sit down for an hour, order for an hour, and then it's night. When we got there at 8 a.m. We will die before anything gets done. I like the open world feeling, though I would prefer it to be more open. I feel as if we're not getting much content for what it's worth, and certain things have been done well. I will not discredit. Well, if it looks right, it looks right. I like the snowy stuff. I've liked the world feeling. I love the lighting. Lighting is a 10 plus. Lighting, I love lighting. Character appearance, it's fine as well. I don't hate it. It's fine. I don't really mind it. I do like how fluid the game feels with the camera movements and whatever, and I love the multitasking. But don't get me started on the time lag and the animations and bugs and whatever not, and the lack of diversity that I feel like the other games had. Those things I hate so much that it just makes me not want to really play The Sims 4. I love The Sims 2 because those things are, you know, not in The Sims 2. Yes, The Sims 2 may not have all the features, but girl, is it fast. I can't stand that slow shit. I just really can't. Yeah. I do play The Sims 4 in my free time with some mods. It is enjoyable, but the lag, no thank you. No thank you. I went to a random website called Random Word Generator, and you can make random questions, something different for the rest of the video. You guys can get to know me, I can get to know you. What's one thing you think you should be doing more often? Eat healthy. How would a random stranger describe you? How accurate would that be? People always assume that I'm very shy and I'm very sweet. I would say that is accurate for the first 5 minutes. Do you have any secret hobbies? I have a secret hobby that involves me laying in bed. What do you know is bad for you, but you continue to do it anyway? League. What did you learn from the last book you read? That I don't finish books. What photo have you recently seen that spoke to you? I think it was a photo of myself, and I realized that I don't age. What's your favorite form of entertainment? Peen jokes. What has been your 15 minutes of fame up to this point? 15 minutes of fame? Oh gosh. Okay, so I've done a few random things when I was younger. I almost won. I got second place in a reading contest. I think if you call my school musicals fame, I had the lead role in that. I have won some contests for like drawing when I was younger. Also made it to the newspaper for my school or school website. And if there has been more, I already forgot, so I don't really care about fame. If you were to work at a circus, what job would you choose? I would probably be cleaning the poo of the animal. Actually, I would probably be the one arrested for releasing the animals. So my job would be releasing circus animals. What is the last big goal you accomplished? Taking a walk every day. How do you best like your ice cream? Pre-licked. What types of things do you doodle? Peens. What else? What do you think people pretend to like when they really don't? Affection and being touched. Do you have a special project you're currently working on? Yes, myself. What do you consider the best decision you've made thus far in your life? Therapy. What is money to you? Something I don't have enough of. Do you have a bucket list? Not really. But what is it that motivates yourself the most? My future. Do you have a dream job in mind? What would it be? I would love to work for myself and either create my own manga or comic stories, or I would love to just, well, I wouldn't say do YouTube as in do Sims, but I would love to have a art YouTube and just draw from home. Something like that. What book or movie character can you see in your own life? Shrek every day when I look in the mirror. Did you ever have a huge rival? Was the rivalry friendly or fierce? Oh gosh, I actually don't have a rival. So if anyone wants to be my rival, there is a spot open. What is your best shower thought? One time I calculated how many shampoo bottles I can buy before I'll, you know, become one with the universe. What's the last thing you complained about? Google Translate. I wanted to say I'm currently learning Italian, and well, currently I've been learning it for 5 years, and I still haven't really passed the hi I am part, but I went onto Google Translate to figure out how to say I work, and I work is io lavoro, and I'm probably pronouncing it like very poorly and French, as my boyfriend would say. So I went into Google and I typed in I work in Dutch, which is ik werk, and it said io lavoro. I'm like, okay, perfect. And I typed in on. I added on the rest of the word, right? So I said I work on, ik werk aan. I translated in Dutch. The thing was like I think it says sto lavorando, and I'm like, but that means I am working. I don't want that. I want I work. So I complained to my boyfriend that Google Translate makes no sense. Then he was like, yeah, the Italian language doesn't make any sense, so take it as you want. Do you have a reoccurring dream? Yes. I always dream about leaving high school and not finishing college, and that haunts me forever. What's the last thing you did alone and you enjoyed? Like I would tell you. What's your plan for surviving a zombie invasion? Be the zombie. What is something you own that you've never used? Common sense. Are you currently going through any type of phase? Yes, a quarter life crisis. Do you believe that money can make you happy? Money doesn't make you happy, but it can buy you happiness, at least temporarily. What are some things that you don't understand about the opposite sex? Why the hell are you on the toilet for 40 minutes? You nasty. What smell always brings back some type of memory? Smell of my grandma had a particular type of cologne that I still have, and whenever I smell that, I think of her, and I still have it. It probably dried up, but I've never thrown it away because I'm scared that if I do, they're never gonna make it again. So if I ever want to like smell that, I will just immediately only really think of her. What's the worst accident you've ever had? Well, I'm not sure exactly what the worst one is. I haven't had many, but I did once get a hot iron on my leg when I was a child, and that sucked. Goal is it for you to try new things? I feel attacked by this question. Next. Something you thought you've already done by now but haven't. Conquered the world. Last question. What bad decision did you make that actually turned out to be a good decision? Loving someone. Alright guys, that is all I have for this video. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.